So I'm Dr. Rosalind Beere and I've worked for Furthr for just under 18 months. I started March 2022 and I am a business consultant. I guess I'm both an entrepreneur and also an academic. So I've lectured for 20 years in strategy and entrepreneurship, but I've also had a number of businesses. So my business at the moment is Fit. I founded that in 2018 and I took on investment last year. I come from a family of entrepreneurs. I think I've always had a business on the side, even working full time. And so I think I really resonate with founders and entrepreneurs because I know what it's like to set up a business, small, scale it up, and again, all the pain points and difficulties on the journey. It's interesting. I think a lot of the advice is quite similar, whether you're fintech, medtech, product, we get all kinds of businesses and founders. I think there's two parts to it that I see coming through working with founders and helping them with their strategy, get investor ready. I think part of it is the journey of the founder themselves in terms of, the concept, getting it through, getting a customer validation and then scaling and investor ready. And there's the same kind of principles apply. You need to develop something that is actually needed and wanted. You need to get a really good team around you. You need to then change from the concept to actually, developing the business, getting it into the market space. And then from that, it's actually starting to operate more as a CEO and starting to really push the business forward and scale and internationalize and raise investment. Yeah, I have so many lessons. I think to not be so responsive to the highs and lows, to just have more of a calm steer on what you're doing on the journey, that know that there are going to be problems and issues and you can't be solving everything or thinking ahead of things. You can sort of foresee certain issues, but there's going to be things that come out of like a curveball that you'd have never ever expected. And the things you worry about the most sometimes are the things that don't happen. In terms of advice to my former self and to myself going forward in the future, I think really good people around you, to stay in your tribe, to surround yourself with people who are on the same journey and path. So Furthr really offers, we're sort of in the middle of a lot of these funding bodies and entrepreneurs, and we sort of almost stand, and I like to think of us as being your sort of go-to and your buddy. So for a founder, they can come to us for impartial advice, honest advice about their business. We can open up and look at their business and say, look, talk to us about what you're feeling, what's going on. We can give advice in terms of, the next steps, but also we can connect them with others into that like-minded sort of ecosystem. And then also we can help guide them and advise them in terms of when they go for applications for funding with Enterprise Ireland, when they go for investor, we get them investor ready. So I feel like we're very much an intermediary who are non-biased and are just there actually supporting, and we're almost championing on the founders. Like, we want to see them do well. And I think that's incredibly unique. We're not looking for anything in return. We literally are here to help.